journey. Oh my gosh. Whoo, new software. And I got a special guest. So of course the software was acting up and embarrassing me.
Not embarrassed.
Embarrassing me. Child, but we here. We finally got
ghetto. It's giving ghetto.
No, it's don't do me.
Okay.
Don't do me.
Yeah.
We in here.
Boss babe.
Sorry, she's been obsessed with Big Lotto for a minute, but we're back. We are back. It took us a minute to get here, but we got here. We are finally in the building. Drewski is already hyped. Let me tell you something. I was watching this, and my mom was like, "Oh, I'm getting ready because I'm coming on your show."
Yes.
She was like, "I have some thoughts." So I'm like, "Here we go." We probably will not agree on a lot of stuff, but y'all love her. Y'all love MomMA.Star, so she's
and
here.
MomMA.Star is here.
She's in the building. She is in the building. Oh, gosh. Thank you all for your patience. I'm telling you, we got 2 weeks for this, and then we got 2 weeks with another software, and 2 weeks with another software, and then we will decide what we all like the best. But I'm still learning. Me too, Baka. I'm enjoying this season. I really, really am. I like it. I don't know. I feel like all the complaints that people were having, they met those complaints. Like they counteracted them with something, I feel like they took everybody's advice. So now it's like they've taken everybody's advice and people are still disappointed. So I don't know. I think the issue is probably that this show waited too long to come back. I think that is the issue. Thank you, Phil. Come on, twins. Oh, thank you, guys.
Well, can I come in on this one? I think they answered the call. I think because for me, I was not. I am looking at that.
So you're looking at yourself.
No, I'm looking at that now.
Conceited.
But you're bossy. But
my show.
What?
Well, no, this is our show.
Yeah. I'm a guest.
Yeah.
And how do you treat guests?
Okay.
No, but I did not think the show was really going to be a good show because, the cast and all of that, they were taking this one out and bringing this one in or whatever. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Oh, they went on and served us some tea.
This was a good episode. This was a good episode.
Some tea. And I love that they gave Marlo a peach.
I do too.
Now I'm starting off with that.
I will say,
the door.
I
love that they gave
Marlo a peach.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought we were still muted. Ciao. I love that they gave Marlo a peach.
Yes.
But I will say this. We'll get into it later. I didn't like what Marlo did on this episode. I didn't want her on the show for that kind of stuff, right?
Well, Marlo's been like that from the door.
I know.
She's been like that when she was guest appearing and whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you are
y'all wanted her, y'all got her. It's Toyota. What can I say?
Toyota? What does that mean?
Y'all wanted, y'all got a Toyota.
Is that their that's what they say in the commercials?
No.
You just made that up? I'm like, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, well, you don't.
Y'all got a Toyota. What? Girl. Oh my gosh. We got a super chat. Ciao. We got a super chat. From Lexi QQ.
Thank you, Lexi QQ.
QQY, yeah. Lexi said, "Hi, Nikki. Not to be messy, but what are your thoughts on Marlo call?" Oh, we will get into it.
We're going to get into
it. I can't believe her. Kenya could never have gotten away with saying the things Marlo said. Yep.
Well, it's not.
Wait, hold on. Thank you, Lexi. Period. Go ahead, Mama. What were you saying?
Well, no, Kenya couldn't get away with it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Mm-hmm. Because she's not built like that. She's not street. Marlo is.
True.
Marlo is.
True.
And Marlo can back up what Marlo say.
Yeah.
Kenya start all the crying and stuff.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. We're enjoying Kenya this season.
Yeah, we are.
We're
I
enjoying
love her
Kenya
in this skin this season.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
non-problematic Kenya.
I-
You're shaking the thing.
Oh.
Just put your hands
I
on
like
you can't bang on the table.
I like mature Kenya. I like
Mother Kenya.
Kenya.
That's what I said on my
Yes.
last review.
I love
I said
Mother
I feel
Kenya.
like she's coming into the mother of the show,
Yes.
like the role that
Yes.
Nene once occupied. I think she's walking into that, and she's walking into it beautifully.
Yes, but she you change when your environment change.
Yeah.
And she has a daughter now. So she has to walk differently.
Yeah.
And that's what we do as mothers. So I like this Kenya. Yes,
Yeah, me
I do.
too. I thoroughly enjoy this Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a couple more comments, and then we'll get into the episode. Phil was talking about you.
What is Phil saying?
She conceded. She got a reason. Look too good to be right.
I look too good to be on the show. I look too good. I'm conceited.
I got a reason.
Thank you, my love.
Tracy said, "Hey,
I
Mama
can't see
Star."
nothing because I got these lashes on, but guess what? I'm conceited.
Wait a minute.
I got
She
a
put
reason.
these lashes on for y'all.
Yes.
She came down here ready with
And
this.
I can't see nothing. But it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
Mama Star's here.
You're welcome, Pedro. Pedro said, "Nikki, you treating us good this afternoon." Hey, Mama Star.
Hi, my love.
Oh gosh. Ooh. Yes.
happened?
Yasmin said Marlo does not need a peek. She's a gutter snipe. You don't agree?
Well, go ahead on that clutch your pearls.
Clutch your pearls, girl. She said she's a gutter snipe.
Well, she came from,
The gutter.
It started from the bottom. Now
we
we
here.
here.
So
Wow.
said, I never wanted Marlo. I will be honest, I did. I liked Marlo for the show. I
always wanted Marlo, but Marlo had to find her space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She came in, I guess, as Nene's friend, but then she had to find her space, and own it. And I believe that's what she has done. She's found her space, found her light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Her angle, and she owns it. Lashes for a day.
Afro Curlin said, I don't hate Marlo, but she always crosses a line and hits below the belt. I absolutely agree.
Oh, that's Marlo. That's
absolutely
Marlo.
agree.
You gotta own where you're at.
Shake it.
That's Marlo. That's
Yeah.
what Marlo does. She's been like that.
Yeah. Tracy said that is true. Marlo's is in the streets for the streets. She's all the streets.
Yeah, she
Period.
is. Now that's accurate. That's accurate. That's an accurate Marlo.
Lexi said, I think Marlo is hilarious on the show, but when she goes low is all the way to the underground. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Thank you, QQQ. D-Con-C said, I love it when Mama Star shows up.
I love it when I see you too. I love it when I come on here and see you guys.
Bobby D says she loves Mama Star.
And I love you too, my love.
Yasmin is on it. She said Marlo is a sensitive bully. Absolutely. She dishes it out and then whines about it. She absolutely does.
But she is, because
She absolutely does.
And she will cry in the next segment.
The
And
next
tell everybody
segment.
she's sorry.
And then want to be friends with everybody, but then you
Yes.
say terrible things.
Yes.
Unprovoked. That's my thing. It's always unprovoked.
Yes, and then she got a lot of stuff that people talk about her about, and then she want to be
She
crying.
gets all sensitive. TC said, "That's your mom." Damn, I thought sis. Damn.
I love it. Keep it coming, TC.
Miss GG88 said, Mama Star, we just love you. I was getting my life watching Mama dancing.
Oh.
Guys, perfect time to plug your TikTok.
Yes.
Guys, my mom is now on TikTok.
Hey,
what's
ho, Mama's _star.
Star. Yes, she's now on TikTok and she's doing inspirational and dance videos
Yes.
because my mom is on a health journey. She's changing her life and she's having fun doing it. So go over there. Also, did you bring it?
No, but I am an author of a bestseller called
They know that, but you can just.
I
bring it.
Decided to Laugh.
Yeah. The Star family has purchased the book. But to,
Yes,
to those who are new,
to those of you who are new, and to those of you who want a personalized
period,
signed copy, MomMa.Star is here to send you a personal signed copy. Please just let me know in the comments, and I will get it out to you. And let me give you a little note on that. A lot of people have been ordering off of Amazon, and they've been waiting a long time. If that is you, ask for a refund and then order the book directly from me, and you'll get it within 5 days. Okay?
Yeah, Amazon. All shipping is just for some reason.
Yeah, shipping is So I would prefer you get it from me because I can send you a message, a personal message from my heart. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you. Thank you for the plug.
You're welcome. And I'll tag where you guys can purchase the book in the comments and in the pinned comment, in the description box and in the pinned comment of this live. Drewski said, now when Candy and Kenya drag Marlo and Sheree by their scalps at the reunion, I don't want to hear a wait why from them. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to get 2 more comments and then we're going to get into it. Adrian Young. They are so happy to have you here.
Hi, my love. Hi, Adrian.
And we're going to end with the super chat from Phil, and then we'll get back into the comments after we talk about the show, guys. Phil, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, Phil, for the super chat.
Phil said, they have said the same things about Marlo for years. Unprovoked? No. We forgot the first episode of the season. They always questions Marlo's paycheck.
Come here, Phil. Now, me and you are on the same page. Because when she starts shooting back from the hip, then everybody crying because they done got a bullet. But guess what? They talk about her too, and they've talked about her for years on this show. She was their storyline for years. Now she's coming back with both guns loaded. What can I say? Shooting out of both barrels. Come through, Marlo. We'll get into it.
What is the shoulder action? Thank you so much, Phil.
Love you, Phil.
Talk over that thing. Let me give you another one, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about Tyrone.
Yes.
Tyrone has a family in Philly. Tyrone has a family in Philly, Sheree. That is why he did not meet you on camera in Philly. He will absolutely meet you anywhere outside of Philly, but he don't want his baby mama or wife, whoever, and that family to jump you in Philadelphia, because that's exactly what would have happened. That's where he did not show up. Also, I hope that, Sheree, this is just a storyline. I just don't think of you as this dumb to allow yourself to be played by a man who lives in a halfway house. A Philadelphia scammer. I think she's better than that.
Did you see her husband?
You
her
know
kid's
what?
father. Okay. That's Sheree's MO. Period. Period.
This is why y'all want her on this. Oh, God, Mama.
Okay, can I say something about Tyrone?
Go ahead.
Let's start with Tyrone.
Lord.
First of all, Tyrone's in prison. He ain't running nothing. You let
He's
him
in a halfway.
run you.
He's in a halfway house.
He was in prison first.
And she was holding him down.
Yeah.
But she's not beautiful. I don't understand.
Okay. You don't understand because it's not always the outer beauty that
it's not even that. She's
you said she's beautiful. So you're talking about her outer beauty.
No, that's one thing. She's
You're
beautiful.
not talking about her inside.
No, but
Sheree, I'll cut you with a knife from the hip.
That's okay. She's on a reality TV show.
Okay.
I'm saying she's a beautiful woman
temporal.
that has a lot going for her, that has a name for herself.
Yes.
You would think that she would be dating from a different pool.
But if you're insecure,
okay,
and you want a man, you will go low and let them go high. But what I want to say about this, men in prison, they have a lot of sources. They need to keep the sneakers coming. They need to keep money on their books. They need to keep visits up. They need to keep the letters coming. They need to keep engaged with the outside world so they can do this time. So they got several women doing this time with them.
Okay.
So Sheree on a TV show don't make no difference. Sheree being married to a football player, ex-football player, her ex-husband being, it doesn't matter. You if he could throw a reel out there and catch her, he got her. It doesn't matter. Your status doesn't matter. If you fall for it, you got it. And that is what happened. Tyrone is in Philadelphia with the main joint.
Period.
So he could
He
not
had a
show
main
up
joint in Philly.
because Philly is small, and we all see everything.
Small.
And guess what? If he had a showed up, first of all, cameras, everybody would have been like, and they would have took some pictures and sent it to her.
And they were downtown
In Old City. Oh, the baby mama and her family, her girls, that drove down there and knocked Tyrone, the table, and Sheree down.
Yep.
So that's why he did not show up. Then he gonna call the next day because that's what he do. Call her and say, "What's up? How you doing? What's good?"
But could not call her that whole day.
No,
because he was with the main joint.
He could not use that phone.
You're too old to be. I
could not. But he's lying to her, and she's allowing him to lie to her. So, ladies, take note. When we allow certain things, we don't get mad. Like Sheree's not mad when it happens like this, because there's been more red flags before this.
True.
Before she came to Philly, there's been more.
Which is why she stopped sleeping with him.
Hello.
So you saw something. You weren't pleased with how the relationship was going. So you closed off the clam until he started acting right. And she hasn't given him the clam since. So he's not acting right, apparently.
Did he bring a little friend? But y'all ain't heard it from me.
What?
Did he bring a little friend and drop it off? Oh, STD. That makes her know that it's somebody else. I'm just saying, these are real, this is facts. These are true.
I thought you were talking about a threesome, not an STD. No, you said or. Did they bring a little friend? And I'm
like,
little
STD. With the initials ST and D.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's something that made her know that she was not the only one.
Yes. So,
I mean, these are real,
You're right.
real situations.
You're right.
We don't know everything, but there's something, and he can lie pretty good because he still got her on the hook.
On the hook. She said, I blocked him, but he's not going to stay blocked forever.
No, she did not block him. Marlo had to beg her to block him. She wants to talk back to him and all that because she's in love with him.
Wow.
She's in love with him.
The fact that she was just available just shocks me. Available for a man in prison. Like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with men in prison. I know about, the prison industrial complex and how it is unfair towards people of color. I honestly get that, right? But my thing is, you are Sheree, right?
And I am MOMMA.Star.
Okay, Mom.
I had a few losers myself.
Mom!
I know what I see.
I'm just like, you didn't have.
How you do it?
This.
Loser. Yeah, I had a couple myself, so I can recognize it when I see it.
But I'm just like, there were no free men that were available to you that you desired.
Yeah, she couldn't snag them, so that's why she got a scammer, and she decided to do the time with him, along with a couple other chicks. Period.
Yeah.
This man is a scammer. And in every sense of the way, he knows how to get him. And he got her. And he knows that he still got her. Because she's not done. She going to just hang up on him. He said, okay, let me let her cool off.
Yep.
And I'll call her back. Then the part that hurts me as a mother. I'm a mother. And I did some stuff in front of these girls, my God, today with these losers. But I'm going to tell you, when her daughter comes in and asks her.
One of the losers, watch.
When the daughter comes in and asks her, will you get back with him? Yeah. Now, I would have lied.
That hurt me.
Yeah, that hurt me because
she's watching her mother be
Yes, and then what happens is you're teaching your daughter that this is okay for her, to take a man back after he dragged you with a car. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm hoping that, that's why I'm saying, I'm hoping that this is just storyline.
This is not storyline. This woman was crying. Because she was embarrassed on television. Now, this goes a little bit further. I know a little bit more of behind the scenes with these kinds of things. How the producers, put you in a situation because they want good TV.
Yeah,
And they want real
absolutely.
TV. So she's been embarrassed and humiliated. And then, they're going to take a picture of her sitting there by herself with a drink.
Acting like some paparazzi or fan caught that. That was production.
Yes.
Before we move on, I want to acknowledge the super chat from Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Hey,
Thank you.
Irene said Marlo is bringing the drama. I have to say,
Yes, she is.
I have to say that even though she's out of line, absolutely,
She's bringing
absolutely
it. She's
agree.
bringing what the viewers
hold
want.
on.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you, Irene. Irene, thank you.
Irene. Go ahead, Mom.
Yeah, she's bringing the drama. Marlo is doing what they're paying her to do. And this is Marlo also. They're saying, okay, Marlo, we're going to give you a peach, but we need you to step up to the peach. And she has stepped up to the peach. You cannot be mad at her. But we'll get into Marlo.
We'll get into
Marlo.
Marlo. Before we go on, I believe we have, hold on. Child, here it is. We have another super chat from D. Conti. Thank you, D.
Hi, D. Conti. Thank you for the super chat.
D. Conti said, when Marlo called Philly dirty, I said, slow down, Marlo. I'm a Philly chick. Keep playing and you will never be welcome in that city again. I know my people.
Now, that's the only thing.
That's the only thing.
That pissed me off of Marlo.
Hold on. Cash register. Period.
Because I'm from
Thank
Philly.
you, D. Conti.
And we could be a little dirty in some places.
It's a city.
But we clean
What city
up.
is like clean? This ain't Canada.
We have
Philly.
workers that come out every day and clean up.
Yes, that's what our taxes go to.
Job. That's how they still have a job. And I'm pro let them have a job.
Period.
But I don't like littering. I don't like littering. I do not like littering.
Thank you for that PSA, Mom.
Yes, I don't.
Let's move on. Kenya. I have been enjoying Kenya this season. She is a breath of fresh air because when she sat down with Drew this episode, she apologized to Ralph, I think 2 episodes ago, and then she said it again to Drew. And she said, I just realized that I was wrong about that, and I want you to know that I was projecting, and I'm really sorry about that. I believed her. I am really enjoying Kenya, and I have not enjoyed Kenya for seasons. So this is, like I said before, I'm wondering if Portia was the problem all along, because Kenya was just not enjoyable when Portia was on the show with her. So I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm loving her.
I'm for it. Also, Kenya, like I said earlier, she's a mommy now.
Yeah.
And what you do and say holds a different value now because you have a child. And she is pro wanting her baby girl to see good things from her and her daughter's father. You know what I mean? She's not she don't have a little mama star in her where she would kind of like tank the father. No, she's not doing that. She wants her daughter to have a great relationship with the father as well as her. She don't want to take all of the all of the clout, you know what I mean? She don't want her daughter to love her more than the father. She wants it to be equal.
Yeah.
She wants her
She's a great
daughter.
mom.
She is. She's really about her. And this comes from her mother not wanting her, that she has stored up all this love in her heart for her baby. And I'm loving that about her. You go, Mom. You are a good mom, a great mom, and I appreciate that from you, Kenya. However,
There's always a however.
With that being said, she has also became this nice businesswoman, this nice lady, and she's not cutting everybody at the neck like she used to.
It's still early in the season. Did you see the preview for next episode?
Wait a
Kenya.
minute.
No, but Kenya
I'm
is
not
starting
on next.
I'm not on next episode. But I'm just saying,
you can
before
see
you
my
go
schedule
there,
and see if I'm available for next season.
But before you go there,
you can check my people.
What I want to
see if I'm available
to
discuss this in the next one. But
what I want to say is, normally, what I could not stand about Kenya is that she goes after people unprovoked. What I'm starting to see now is Kenya not going after people, but Kenya defending herself. I can take Kenya defending herself because what Marlo did this episode was wrong. So I can take Kenya defending
y'all
herself.
gonna run
I don't
Marlo
like
in
her
the ground.
starting mess and just going after people. But her defending herself, rightfully defending herself, I'm here for it.
Okay.
Now you
so
can
if you
proceed.
want me on next, your next live about this, you have to check with my schedule.
Girl,
but
you available.
But what I want to say about Kenya is she's leading the pack with being a nice lady. And but she is defending herself, which she's supposed to, because I do too.
Absolutely.
However, they're not going to Marlo and the other ladies is not just going to let her walk in that white. They're going to try to put some paint, some dirt on that white.
Absolutely agree with you.
Okay.
Because, and I don't know if that's production doing that, because Kenya had, remember, Kenya had tried to be the nice lady before, and she was cut a season. They did not like her being nice. They like her being the villain, because unfortunately, Kenya is great at that, right? Kenya is great when she's cutting people. We got to be honest about that.
Well, they were playing on her hurt.
Yeah, they were playing
and that's
on her
what
hurt,
I didn't like. She
and
was
they are
hurt
playing, and
deeply.
I think the ladies are throwing darts at her to get her to mix it up. And I think that Marlo was an easy, an easy pull from production, because Marlo is so excited to be on the show now as a main peach holder. So I think that she's the one that's
going
to.
Because her check runs different.
She's giving me the Lisa Rinna of Atlanta. That's what I'm getting. That's the one that the producers could talk to say, let's mix some things up. That's what I'm getting from Marlo. Before I go on, I want to acknowledge a Venmo from Amanda. Amanda says, I agree. Mommyhood has softened Kenya.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We all agree on that across the board.
And thank you so much, Amanda,
thank you,
for
Amanda.
the Venmo.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! You are crazy. Okay.
I love it. If you don't know, we have a different sound for Super Chats, and we have a different sound for Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. The only reason why the sound is different is because with Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal, YouTube doesn't get a cut. So this goes directly to me. I gotta wait to get my cut from YouTube. But I'm also gonna make each one have a different sound. But this is what we have for right now. Thank you so much, Amanda.
I like it.
I like it too. Let's move on to. So, Sonia, guys, I have to be honest with you. I'm not feeling the
opportunist.
Oh, okay. I'm not feeling the Olympian. I don't know what it is. It could just be the eagerness to be on the show, but I'm not. I can't connect with her just yet. And I will admit that I came in with bias, because I'm like, what are you doing as a 4-time gold medal Olympian on this show, mixing it up on reality TV? I'm not saying that the women on reality TV, anybody on reality TV is low, but what I'm saying is with these especially the housewife shows, conflict is in the contract. What are you doing as an Olympian, somebody who we all hold in high esteem, on a reality TV show going gutter? Because now we have known you as a 4-time, like you said in the trailer, 4-time gold medal Olympian, right? That's all we've known you as. Now we know you as the messy chick on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, this is going to stick longer than the Olympian thing. I don't know. I'm not feeling her.
When you are a person that is used to the limelight, you're used to being out there, your name is used to being called, and 4-time Olympic winner and all of that, and now you're going into a different phase in your life, you like that attention. Mm-hmm. You want your name out there. You want people to know that Sonia is still on deck. Mm-hmm. So throw yourself in the arena with a messy.
Let them meet Sonia.
Yeah, throw yourself in a messy housewife show, and people will continue to talk about you. However, she may not have understood the amount of messiness that's
this show will require.
Yeah, and that's going to be attached to her. But she wants, you like that. It's just like a singer. You got to get a new hit song because you want people to, remember you. You got to renew yourself. reintroduce yourself. You constantly doing that. So this is what Sonya is doing. And let me tell you one thing about her. She's an opportunist. And you'll get to see that as you watch. And that's what she's using, her old fame and all that. But she don't know these girls will tear her down.
That's what I'm trying.
Sonya,
thank you.
Sonya, you can come with all that Jamaican, but they will tear you
not
down.
Be ready. She's giving me Black Denise Richards.
Oh,
you don't know what you walked
down.
into.
Okay.
You have no idea what you've walked into.
Yes.
So anyway, on this episode, Sonya only invited. This is my problem with her. Only invited Candy and Kenya to come and film or take pictures or whatever of.
I smell opportunists.
Okay, to take pictures of to brand
her,
or whatever for
her mommy,
her mommy wear or whatever. And she only invited them two. She did not invite Marlo. She did not invite Sheree, and she did not invite Drew.
She invited Drew, but she was mean and nasty and took that invitation
but
back.
She invited Drew. Before we go back to Sonya, I do want to say this. Candy said, because Kenya showed up and she was just like, oh, I thought I was coming to support you. I didn't know that I was going to be in it. And Sonya was like, oh, I thought I told you. Would you mind taking pictures for my brand, for my company or whatever? And Kenya was like, yes, but first let me talk to my agent. Kenya is right. Candy says in her confessional, Kenya only does stuff for a check. Why wouldn't she? She's a mother. She got a child to take care of.
Candy, that's attached to a check.
Candy. I don't know why she didn't feel the same way.
She did. But she did.
How do you know that?
When they started, she said, well, I'm going to be putting my fee on this.
Oh, she did
say that. Yes, she did. Because,
but Mom, she said it after Kenya said that. Yes, she did. And then she made that comment about Kenya don't do nothing for a check. And I'm like, Candy, do you remember don't be tardy for the party? You better start charging them friends. You better start charging them friends. You wrote a whole hit song for Kim and didn't see a dime. I didn't like what Sonya did because, and it's not just Sonya. These housewives do that stuff too. It's just like, oh, I just want you guys to come to my event. Then all of a sudden you want them working the red carpet. You want them doing press. You want them taking pictures with your brand or whatever you're trying to sell. And you don't want to give them a check. They're working for your company. Give them a check. I thought I was with Kenya on that one. I'm like, yes, sis, call your agent, call your lawyer before you take pictures. And I honestly think that all was settled before the scene continued.
Well, let me just say
I'm Team Kenya on that one.
Okay. Let me just say this. Kenya said, well, you didn't tell me that. You just told me that I was coming to support. And that was on purpose.
Yep.
Because had she told Kenya would have said all that stuff that she said.
Come on.
You have to talk to XYZ because I'm not coming to do any promotional. Because that's what that was. Promotional stuff for free.
Yep.
So what Candy did not like about it is Kenya said what she was thinking, but didn't want to say it. Because Candy is Candy without don't do no without a check attached. But she is sometimes she's apprehensive. Sometimes for her friends, she won't speak up right away. You got to push Candy a little bit. She will get her check, but you got to push her a little bit. Because then she has something to say after Kenya had stuff to say. Sonya, this is the reason why I call her opportunist. Because you're asking people to do something for your brand for free. But you are a four-time, remember that, Olympic champion.
Gold medalist.
And so you know how ads go, you know how fees go.
You've been on the Wheaties box.
Hello.
Come on.
And you didn't just do Wheaties for free.
Come on.
So that's why I called her what I called her. And she did that on purpose. And then she had clothes for Kenya. See if you can fit this. See if you can fit that.
Yeah,
because Kenya was like, no, I didn't come. And let me tell you one thing about Kenya, too. Kenya probably seen it. She probably seen it. Why did she invite me and she's doing this?
Come on.
I'm coming with this because I'm not coming
prepared. And then showed up and only saw her and Candy. She knew what it was.
Yeah.
She knew what it was at that point.
Then Candy said, oh, she invited you too because all this backdoor stuff that Sonya is doing, she is new to this set. She better get a grip because they will eat her up and spit her out with her 4 Olympic trophies or what they call them.
She's a 4-time Olympic gold medalist.
Gold medalist.
And I'm not. Neither one of us is dragging that. For me, I've always thought was like, Sonya, you're here. Not saying that this show is low, but you have to do things that will change the perception that you have worked so hard to get to. And I'm not saying you got to be fake or whatever, but this is not a documentary. This is a reality TV show. You're being paid for conflict. Conflict is in the contract. You're being paid to be messy. You're also being paid to be fun and open up about your life. But that messy part is a part of it. Nobody is leaving these reality TV shows unscathed.
Well, Sonya is messy. Because they didn't pull this out of her.
I don't want to know that about her.
But they didn't pull this out of her. Sonya is messy.
True.
She offered that mess.
Let me get to C. Graham's comment. C. Graham said, Mama said it. She's an opportunist. She picked the biggest names on the show to sell her hoodies. Sonya, any way you explain it, we all saw it one way.
Yes.
We all saw it one way. Even Marlo caught it. That's why she was upset.
Yeah.
Because you picked two of the most famous people out of this cast and the people who have the
most
Instagram followers.
Yeah.
It was very opportunistic. She did disinvite Drew. But still, it was just that's how it looks. You can't see it any other way, because why didn't you invite the other two ladies? You had no explanation for that. It looks very opportunistic.
She didn't invite them because she wants Candy and Kenya to wear that on their and post it to their Instagram, so that will bring people to her momager. What is that it's called? Her mom group, and that will cause people to buy that because she has them wearing it, and it will go out to all of their followers. They will. She has an opportunity to get all of their followers to at least see her brand and what she's doing.
I'm gonna be very honest with you. Smart business move. Smart business move. Two very famous people.
Snake business move.
No. Mom, I don't think that's Snake. I think that's Snake.
My
thing is, I would respect it if she said, well, I wanted to have two very visible people. I know you guys are visible, but my audience will connect to these two. So I wanted to have them there. That is why I invited them. To look at Marlo. No, Mom, I'm serious.
That's your heart.
Selling something.
That's your
Mom,
heart.
if you're selling something, that's what people give designers or whatever, give stuff away to celebrities. Because although they didn't pay them or whatever, but if they have a celebrity who, let's say somebody sends a celebrity a purse, that celebrity just paparazzi, or if they show the purse on their Instagram, that's money for them.
Exactly.
So that's what she's doing. I'm not going to say this opportunistic because everybody does it. It became opportunistic to me when she was lying to Marlo and Sheree about why she didn't invite them. I just would have, if she was honest and, honest with Honey, it would have went over better. But to lie about it and be like, oh no, I thought you guys were busy. I didn't know that you guys could. I'm closer to them. No, these are very prominent people, and I feel like my audience will connect to them. So that is why I asked them, period.
Okay.
And none of them could get mad because they would all do it too.
Okay. The reason why I thought it was a little snakish because just like Marlo said, you never told me. I mean, not Marlo, Kenya. You never told me what you wanted. You just invited me.
No, that was scamish. That
you
was
just
snakish,
invited me. So I'm showing up, but she told Candy what she wanted. So Kenya comes, she's showing up.
Because
and
Candy will do stuff for free. Because Candy's nice, like Candy's sweet, Candy's nice. So she would do something like that, but you're being slick by not telling Kenya because Kenya will send you paperwork.
Exactly. She knows that Marlo would have definitely read.
Oh, absolutely.
Marlo would have
Marlo tanked her own show because it wasn't financially, they weren't meeting her financial demands. So that's smart as well.
Marlo is always, do anything for a check. If you want Marlo, it's a check.
Let me get to Lexi's comment. Lexi said, I think people don't like Sonya because she came in as Drew's friend. But Candace came as Ashley's friend and they got into it. Drew moves dirty at times. I can see that. I can see that as well. But again, I can see that, but I just don't abide by that because these people are not friends with each other.
Sonya came in as Drew's friend?
Yeah, that's how she was introduced to us.
Well, she said, I'm not your friend. But when you was in an accident, you called your friend. So you're an opportunist.
Okay.
Again. Y'all keep making my point.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right, Mom.
Because you can't tell me that Drew brought Sonya in. And then she calls her not my friend.
But that's the thing. Production made them friends.
Y'all
They're
giving
not
me
really
Portia
friends.
and the girl with the husband that Portia with.
Oh,
now.
Fallon. Portia and Fallon.
Y'all giving me that. Mm-hmm. Portia at the girl house and now she in the girl husband bed. Come on. I mean, come on. Hey, Mama Star. Hey, my love.
Jazzy Girl said that's weird. Candy would say that everything is a cash grab for you. It's very, very weird. It's very, very weird. Let's move on. What I think happened with Drew and Sonya. For me, I think it's very obvious that Sonya threw a wrench in her friendship with Drew because she perceived that she is not as popular or well accepted as, the Candy and Kenya clique. And I think she did that. She all of a sudden made this issue with Drew because she wanted to get close to them. But I think what Sonya is going to realize is that they're closer to Drew than they are to her. And I think she's going to be left on the outskirts by trying to do that move because the ladies see it. And I think because Drew has been with them longer, they'll protect her more than they'll protect Sonya. That's what I think. What do you think? Oh, God.
I mean, you keep on trying to go around opportunities, and I love your heart. I love that you want to keep seeing her in a good light. But she's coming on there for something. She's trying to be close to people because she wants to be...
social climbing is what she's saying.
Yes, that's what she's doing. So she's going to step on Drew to get to where the big money is at, or where all the
Fame
attention
is
is
the real
at.
fame.
You know what I'm saying? And to me,
because Drew is disposable to her.
Exactly.
She's a disposable
and to me,
friend.
I see her as fake and phony, and she will not be able to survive this show like that, because just like them girls,
because I feel like they see it. I think Kenya and Candy see it.
She don't know that they will overthrow her in the ocean and send Drew a life jacket.
Yes.
She better watch some episodes.
Yep.
She better watch some prior episodes.
Because even when she's talking about Drew to them and their confessionals, the ladies talking real different. And I'm like, I think they're going to side with Drew, Sonya. You got to walk lightly. It's a sorority. It's a sorority. And they go by seniority on that show.
And also, you got to be... You gotta go through your little hazing or whatever to get in part of the group too. So you ain't just gonna walk in just because you're Jamaican. No, you're not just gonna do that.
Absolutely not. There's jealousy there just now.
Jealousy for who?
There's jealousy there.
Why? Because she's a 4-time
gold medalist Olympian.
And she had a fine husband.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Whatever.
We found the issue. Come on, girl. Come on, girl.
I'm a 3-time gold medalist winner.
In what, Mom?
I got 3 beautiful daughters.
Period.
And I'm a winner.
Period. Let's move on. This is Sonya. It was a lot of Sonya this episode for me. So Sonya has her cooking class or whatever with her mom. I will say this, Sonya, I don't know if you're introducing this because you and your mom are going to have like a Jamaican sauce line.
It's something coming.
Hold on, a cooking channel or whatever. Whatever you and your mom are going to do with cooking, if you're introducing that because something is coming, very smart. I always say, if you are a newbie and you have watched these shows, you have trained, if you are a newbie and you are already coming in with something to sell, genius. You already got your clothing line on the show. You're showing us that how you and your mom prepare food. You have the aprons, all of that. If that is leading into something smart.
Yeah, I think she's going to introduce her mother because she said she's not good with cooking. So if she's learning cooking with Sonya's mom or something. Yes.
That is one of the positive things I could say about her this episode. Yes. That was very smart if she's introducing that. Mm-hmm. This was a great way to introduce it. When all the ladies got together for...
or if she's opening up a Jamaican restaurant or something like that in Atlanta or something. Very smart.
And they're needed.
Yeah.
They're needed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
In Atlanta.
Mom, I know. Anyway, when she was talking to the ladies, she said that she invited Drew, and then Drew said, well, I'm not coming because the last message I got from you, you were disinviting me from one of your events because we're not in a good space. So I don't want to come to this event if we're still not in a good space. And then Senior says to the other ladies, see, she's keeping it going. She's making problems out of nothing. You disinvited her to your event because you said that you and her were having issues, but she can come to this one? I'm with Drew on that. I'm like, you know what? If you are disinviting me from stuff because we got a beef, the invite that you're giving me after we still have not sat down and had a conversation, I'm not coming. Because then Senior says, I want her to come to this so that we can have a conversation and talk about it. Well, you then have to call her and let her know what it is. Because she's still thinking that you guys are having beef because the last message she got from you, you disinvited her from your event. It's very weird. Like, I don't see where Drew was the problem in that situation.
She was.
You were.
Sonya is showing who she really is, and it's an opportunist. I'll say that all day. Because if Drew was your friend coming in, when you got into a situation, accident, your husband wasn't available, I guess all them 90 people that's living in your house wasn't available. I got that
from Marlo.
And you called Drew and she came there. Drew got children herself. She came and helped you out because you was in an emergency. And then for you to say that that's not your friend, that's hitting below the belt, number one. Number two, for you to invite her somewhere via text, number one. Then disinvite her via text. Then have something else and re-invite her to that via text. You got to call me and say something to me.
Period.
You got to talk to me. First of all, I'm not even featuring you or feeling you. You done called and you done sent me a text and say, no, don't come. Mm-hmm. Well, no problem, honey.
I won't come to none of your stuff.
I won't come to nothing. You don't have to worry about me because I'm done with you too.
And I think another reason why she did that is not because she really wanted her to be there to have a conversation. She did that because production don't allow you to disinvite like group scenes or group scenes.
No. I want to get to that one.
They don't allow you, especially as a newbie. They don't allow you to say who can and cannot come to stuff. They don't do that.
I want to get to that because she have this thing now and they have all the girls there, and she sends Drew this text. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Drew is an upstanding person, and she got kudos for me for this. Because the text that she sent back, she could have been nasty like MOMMA.Star. And so, girl, you better, you lucky I ain't blocked you. Mm-hmm. For all that you done just did. You just done came Johnny on the new scene, and here you come talking to me nasty. You better talk to me nice. That's number one. She was able to get a text to me. And then for Drew to send her back a nice text and say, well, due to, the last event or whatever, I'm just going to opt out of this one. I think that was very big of her and very nice of her. Mm-hmm. The only reason why she came to this one, because I would have said, forget her. And I would have used another word to say that. But production said, come in.
Yeah.
That's why. Because if I was Drew, I wouldn't even came to that. No, she don't want me there. But because it's a show and it's production, they said, well, we're going to let you come in later or whatever.
Because
and then
that's the
we're going to get
thing.
into
Even the OGs get pushed back from that. Production does not like you keeping all cast members out because
you can't do that.
The cast scenes, the group scenes are the best scenes of the season. Yeah. So they don't like you doing that and keeping people out of stuff. And also, it's really nasty to do that. And I'm giving Senior a pass because she don't really notice, right? It's nasty when the women band together and say that they don't want certain people on the show because or at certain stuff, because what it does is it cuts that cast member, those cast members that you want out the show, it cuts them out of scenes and it cuts their paycheck. I don't care if you're beefing with that woman. Don't take money out of her hands.
That's right.
That's low.
That's right.
That's low. So anyway, we see in the trailer that Drew eventually comes in. Before we get there, Kenya, Marlo, Sheree, and Candy all get into it because Marlo put together this event, and I have two perspectives on that before you jump in because I know you're ready. Marlo was, I haven't even shown you guys the pictures. Me and you have been talking, girl. Because we having a good time. You having a good time?
I'm having a good
Yeah,
time,
me
and thank you
too.
for having me.
Of course, Mama.
And thank you guys for having me too, because I missed you.
They have definitely missed Mama.Star.
Okay.
So Marlo had, she wanted to put this event together for Sheree. She wanted to put it together for Sheree because Sheree was feeling, down and embarrassed, and they were all talking about that picture on Google about how, what Tyrone did to her. So Marlo put this event together to have all the ladies come. Kenya couldn't come because she was feeling sick. Marlo was upset about that because she was in full glam. I think Candy was out of town or something for some reason, could not come. So Drew didn't want to come because her and Sheree have been beefing. So it just ended up
Did she invite Candy? She said she was just inviting the single women, not the married women. Remember that? Yes.
Okay.
She didn't invite none of the married women.
No.
She didn't
Mom,
invite.
remember, Drew said, I'm only coming to set up and I'm not staying because the last time I talked to Sheree, she said that I put my hands in her face.
But she did not invite her. Kenya asked her to drop the stuff over there for her.
But why did she say that?
She wasn't invited. She invited Kenya. She invited it was her, Kenya, and who else is single? It was her and Kenya. Yes. She said not the married people.
Okay.
Phil said, Nikki, listen to you.
Yeah, he's right. I'm listening,
okay.
Phil.
So she said, I'm just to encourage her and all, because we all are single.
Okay.
So that's where that came from. Sheree said later something about Candy, with her and Candy being friends.
You just want to get to that so bad.
No, I don't want to get to that. But what I'm saying is I want to just, because you said that she invited Candy, she did not invite Candy. That's not what Sheree and Candy thing is, that she didn't come. And that's not what Marlo's thing is, that Candy didn't come. She didn't invite Candy. So I think that was really nice of Marlo to have something for Sheree, to pick her up. Because she called and she said, what you doing? And she really encouraged her. I mean, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Marlo, but she encouraged her. She said, block him.
Yeah.
Period.
Block him and prosper.
She said, you are a beautiful woman. You don't need to be going through this. So just get rid of him. Okay, you've been there. Get up from that place. I love that about Marlo. She said, listen, you miss one bus, catch the next one.
Yeah.
Period. And she had the Fendi guy come over, her friend, and with all of this stuff, and she got her a cake, and she just, dropped some inspirational words on her to encourage her and to empower her. I mean, she did what all of us women want when we're going through something like that. Our friends to call us and say, look, girl, it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed. We're not downing you. Get up from this place. It's Tyrone's loss. I love that. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about Marlo, but I'm riding with that one. She did a good thing. She said, bring your credit card. Listen, buy yourself some stuff. She said, this is what I do when I have a little situation. I do some therapy. Because she loves clothes. She loves to look good. She loves self-care. She had the guy there to do her feet. She had the food there. She had feel-good food. You know what I mean? And it was a girlfriend thing. And that's all of us women, we love stuff like that. Girl, yeah, I was a fool for him. You know what I mean? And for them not to drag me, them to say, yeah, well, it's okay. We all been there. Let's get up from this place and let's move on. You're successful. You're beautiful. You got it going on. You don't need Tyrone. Tyrone is only going to pull you down. That's what a real friend is supposed to do.
Tyrone.
Hey. You got to cut down. Block them.
Block them.
And that's what a real friend does for a friend.
Yeah. I will say, I absolutely agree with that. The only thing, this guy is watching us. The only issue that I have with this, we're going to disagree. Let me get my point out. My only issue with this is Marlo. You invite her, this pick me up thing, right? You couldn't have got her a purse, a little clutch, a bracelet or something.
She probably did.
No, Sheree said that. Sheree was like, oh, okay, I thought you was going to gift me something because that's what it looked like to me. I'm not saying that she had to buy her multiple things, but I'm thinking if you're bringing her this to lift her up, swiping her credit card, how is that going to I understand retail therapy when I choose to do it. You don't invite me to retail therapy.
Well, she didn't have to
and
buy
not
that
bless
stuff.
me with something.
She didn't have to buy that stuff, but guess what? I'm not Tyrone.
She felt obligated to buy that
I'm not
stuff
sleeping
because
with
Marlo
you.
set this stuff up.
I'm not no Tyrone.
But that's her good Judy. I'm like, you couldn't have got her.
So you wanted me to take you out and buy you all that
Sheree
stuff?
didn't ask for any of that.
Well, Sheree didn't have to purchase it.
It's like, hey, it's like taking
Sheree
somebody.
didn't have to
No.
purchase it.
It's like
That's
taking somebody out for a birthday dinner and giving them the bill.
No, that's like, to me, that's like you trying drugs and then you telling me to try drugs, and I'm just a fool and I try drugs too. She should have said no to the spending.
No, because she felt obligated. Marlo brought all
you
this
don't
here
feel
and said, "This is
obligated.
for you." She's gone around shopping
said,
and
"I
picking
brought my
stuff,
friend."
and then Marlo said, "Okay, swipe your card."
Girl, I'm
not saying she had to buy everything, but it was just like, girl, let's
I
split.
introduced you to my content.
She didn't ask for that. She was feeling down and crying about this man. So it's like, hey, girl, I know you're heartbroken. I know you feel embarrassed. Here's an $11,000 bill.
Girl, she needs to worry about something instead of Tyrone.
Okay. You know what? No.
Worry about how you gonna pay that bill instead of Tyrone. I'll tell you one thing that took her mind off of Tyrone.
I wasn't
Marlo
for
did
that.
her job.
I wasn't
Marlo can be my
for
good girlfriend.
that.
She can be my good girlfriend.
TT, my stepdad, is Jamaican. Her ex-husband.
What did she say?
She said, why Mama Sarah keeps saying Jamaican like that?
Jamaican.
There's beef.
No, I love him now. I love him now. I've
Now.
forgiven all of that. I've forgiven all that. No, I'm a bigger person now. But I wasn't always here.
He wasn't always.
I wasn't always here, but I
We've
love
grown.
him now.
We've grown as a family.
I love all of them
as a
guys.
family.
I love all them guys. You know what I mean? It's over with now, but they can still rub me my money.
Okay.
Rub me my money.
Money.
Rub me
Okay,
my
okay, Cash Doll. Because I knew that's where you were going. Anyway, so those four, right? Yeah, those four start going after it and getting into it because Marlo was just like, "Oh, Kenya, you showed up and you called me, but you were in full glam. So why couldn't you show up?" But Sheree was like, "Yeah, I wanted you to show up, and Candy, I wanted you to give me a call. Like you don't ever call me." And Candy was just like, "Well, I heard that you were upset." And I have noticed this about Candy. A lot of them say that she is not. A lot of them talk about how she's not a good friend to them. I don't think that about Candy, right? I think that Candy, her friendship and how she loves is in a different way. I think Candy loves and provision. I think her thing is gifts, right? She's not the friend that you call and cry and fall on because that's awkward for her. That's uncomfortable.
Candy don't cry.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable for her. Candy will, buy you a car, pay your mortgage for a year, right? But she's not going to call you and say, "Oh my goodness, come over, friend, cry on me."
Yeah, she's
not going to do that. She's going to financially bless you, but that's her thing, gift giving. That's how I perceive her friendship to be because they all say that about her. Okay. And it's like they try to make it seem like she's cold, but I'm like, you don't understand her love language, how she receives love and how she gives out love. I think that's what it is for her, is provision. That's why she takes care of so many people because it's a choice. She don't have to do what she does, right? I think that is her love language. So I don't think she's a bad friend. I just think they don't understand how she loves. Like they don't understand how to love her and how to receive love from her. Mm-hmm. So Sheree was upset about that. And then Marlo was upset. I think this is why Marlo was upset, because when Kenya called, she expected Kenya to come. Kenya has a big role on this show, right? We're not going to act like there's not levels to this. Kenya has upgraded to a new level. Mm-hmm. I think she was mad that a big dog on this show did not come to her scene and that it wasn't going to be a group scene because all of the ladies did not show up. And we all know on these reality TV shows, group scenes are priority. If you can get everybody to come, you know that scene is going to make it into the show. Mm-hmm. So I think she was upset for Kenya about that. Not that Kenya was sick and couldn't make it. That's what pissed her off. And I think it was also the fact that she feels like these women, these OGs, don't fully accept her on the show. And I think that's why she was so upset and going.
Well, that's a different perspective. Thank you for that. That's a different perspective because I didn't see that. But you are absolutely right. The whole thing because Marlo noticed everything. She said, "Well, why are you in full glam if you are sick?"
And Kenya responded. She said, "I was coming." She broke the fourth wall with that. Kenya was coming. When you tell production that you're sick, and you know how them COVID officers are, especially in Atlanta. When you tell production that you're sick, they immediately go to COVID. Yeah. And they cannot have their show shut down. That is money. Yeah. That is money. They are losing money. So production told her, stay home until we get your test results. Because they probably gave her a rapid test and then a PCR, and that's the most accurate one. And you don't get that back same day.
Yeah, so that's how she was able to come to Sonya's.
Yes, that's how she could come to Sonya's event and not come to Marlo's because they didn't know if she had COVID.
And guess what? The scene before that, I guess it was the day before, I think she was saying that she felt a little sick.
She felt a little something. And she said that. She said, I was on my way. They told me I couldn't come. Right. And and that's the thing that upset me about Marlo because they do this a lot, especially in the season of COVID. They do this a lot on these reality TV shows and be like, oh, she didn't want to come. That's why she didn't show up. Knowing good and well that the COVID officer said she can't come on this set.
But no, that was her scene. And she had every right.
But she knew why Kenya wasn't there.
But she had to make her scene something.
Okay.
So she had to
I hear you. Because
she said, you ain't gonna come.
You knew why Kenya couldn't make it, and that's why Kenya was upset. And the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills tried to do that with Kathy Hilton because Kathy got COVID and couldn't come to Garcelle's event, and they were trying to make it seem like Kathy didn't like Garcelle. And Kathy got right on that Instagram and said, "Oh, I know, I love Garcelle more than my sister. I would have come to her event." Yeah. And I think that's why Kenya was so upset was because Marlo knew, and she pulled a Kenya. And made a scene out of nothing.
Okay.
She studied Ken.
But I'm going to say this, and I like that she did that. You know what I mean? Because she wanted something for her scene. Mm-hmm. Even though she know that she had COVID and that she couldn't come. And she didn't really want her to come with no COVID. But she said, well, wait a minute. Where's Kenya? Then what I do love is this. Drew came. Mm-hmm. And even though Cherie don't feature her, she made them cupcakes for her. Mm-hmm. Because Kenya was supposed to bring them or make them or whatever, and she didn't. So she came and she did it for her. Mm-hmm. And I love that because that's showing her in a different light and showing what kind of heart she got. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She's a good person, Drew is. Because that's the second thing that she done took down.
She's good, but she messy.
Okay.
So we're not going to play that game.
No, I'm telling you what's in her heart.
We've had seasons with Drew.
Drew is very messy, but... Well, when it comes down to being dedicated or just there for a person, she shows up.
She does.
So you can say whatever you want. She shows up. And also, she said, I have to go because I have to do something for my children. Mm-hmm. But she still made those cupcakes for Sheree because she feel, she's a woman. They done talked about her husband, called her husband gay and all this and that and that and this. She
still showed up for them scenes.
So she still showed up for her, even though she didn't like her. So that showed me a different part of her, and I like that. Another thing that I like, too, is that even though Kenya couldn't make it, Marlo made it a good scene. After all, it was still a good scene.
Yeah.
I like the whole thing where she really poured out onto Sheree and she still, that shows you what kind of depth she has. She can turn a scene that turning out to be nothing into something.
Absolutely.
She turned that scene around and made it about girlfriends looking out for each other. And I appreciate that.
Softness. And that gives us balance in the show. So listen, Marlo's been studying it. She knows her stuff.
Yes.
Now we move into, after, they all go together, Mama Joyce comes in and says, stop that yelling at your friends. Love Mama Joyce. Anyway, she comes in and she shuts that down. And then the ladies all sit down to eat. And then we get this scene where Sanya is talking to everybody at the table, including Mama Joyce and her mother, and they're talking about Drew. Then Drew's mom, then Sanya's mom gets into it, starts, going back and forth with this stuff about Drew. And as we're going to see in the next episode, her and Drew go after it. This is what I want to say, and I would love your opinion on it. Everybody on this show is grown. Everybody on this show is grown. And I feel like Sanya's mom is going to do the thing where she's going to be cussing these ladies out back and forth and expecting respect because she's an elder to these 50 and 40-year-old women, expecting for them to shut up and take it, right? Kenya took Mama Joyce telling them to shut up because she has a relationship with her, like a little, auntie relationship. So I can honestly see that. But I'm like, if Sanya's mother is going to get into the mix, what I don't want Sanya to do is pull a Candy and be like, that's my mom. Your mom shouldn't be in this. Your mom shouldn't be in your fights. Your mom should not be mixing it up. Your mom should not be mixing it up with these other grown women and expecting them to give her respect when she's cussing them out. What is your thought?
Okay. The mother, let me tell you about the mother, okay? Sanya's mother, she cute. Okay. I don't know how old she is.
She's
I love
cute.
that she's cute
She's
and that
cute.
she's fly. You know what I mean? If you're going to show up on the scene, show up on the scene. She's cute. She's nice and neat. She wears her stuff well. She's like a well put together woman. Mm-hmm. But she's mean as a rattlesnake.
Very, even to her children.
Okay. She's mean. She's hotter than Scotch bonnet pepper. You know what I mean? And she gotta shake that. You're not gonna be able to get along with people with your mean and your nasty. She gotta shake that. Come on here. She don't have nothing nice to say. She wake up, she eat nails for breakfast. She just mean. That takes away from her. Now I told you in the beginning that she's a beautiful black woman. Yes, she is. Her hair is nice. She got her dreads, but she got
put the eyebrows on.
Yes, she does. And she put her hair up and everything.
Yes.
She's nice and neat, and her presentation is well. Mm-hmm. But when she start opening up that mouth, I'm saying she's a pit bull eating some nails. Why the heck is you so mean? Her daughter said something to her about patty, and she just went, "You eat that the patty? You want the patty?" I'm saying, what is that? Are you so mad about?
She just wanted something to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're too saucy.
Yeah.
You're too salty. And that didn't just come from the show. This is her. Mm-hmm. And she got to cut that because ain't nobody going to be taking that, especially in Atlanta. Girl, listen, you want to be on this show, these girls will cuss you out.
That's what I'm saying.
And they don't care nothing about that. And they will cuss you out and Tanya.
Yep.
Okay? So,
because Candy used to try that and do all that crying, but that's my mom. And they're like, your mom got to stop coming for us.
Okay.
And I respect that. I respect that.
I am for the respect. You know what I mean? I will listen, I laugh and I joke with my children. If I'm wrong, I will apologize. Mm-hmm. I will. But the disrespect, when you cross the line, I don't deal with that. Then you ain't gonna cross the line with me because we're not girlfriends. Mm-hmm. I'm your mother and you're my daughter. But we have a good time. You know what I mean? They're grown women. I respect them being grown women, but we're not gonna disrespect. Now the mother, somebody needs to teach her that. Because you can't just cross the line with these girls and then expect to be the mother then. Mm-hmm. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You're going to get him out and all that with them and all of that. And Drew is like, what? Girl.
Because that's the thing. You can talk to your kids like that. If that's the relationship y'all have, fine.
But I'm a grown
woman.
To
talk to a stranger like that and think just because you're older.
And all that. No. No, and that's what Mama Joyce had to learn too, because I love Mama Joyce.
Yes.
But Mama Joyce had to learn to stop fighting for Candy. She jumps in Candy's fights and fight for Candy. And I'm gonna tell you another fun fact about my Mel. I was the same way about my oldest daughter. She didn't have no older sister, so I used to jump in stuff. And the people was like, "Well, your mom needs to stay."
Fist fights and all.
Used to say your mom needs to stay out of stuff. Now this is between us. Now,
my mama don't play about her kids.
Stay out of stuff.
And they were right. And they were right.
And that's the same thing with Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce got to stay out of stuff. And Mama Sonia,
Got to stay out of
She
stuff.
got to stay out of stuff.
Period.
Her daughter will be able to fight the things, her own battles, and she's going to have to learn that. And she's going to learn it the hard way.
And she cannot get mad if somebody cusses out her mom.
Because you have to take her down like this. You got to take her. She's mean as a rattlesnake. They're going to have to take her down.
She needs to be like, Mom, I have this.
No, she's not going to do that because she's used to her mother doing that.
Then she's going to be used to
I know,
on this show.
my
She gonna
daughter
be
was
used
like
to
that. My
because
daughter-
her mom, listen, I'm telling you right now, Kenya is nice. Her mom can't do that to Kenya.
Oh.
Kenya's not the one.
Her mom can't do that to
She
Marlo.
can't. Oh, Lord. Oh,
The stuff that
Lord.
Marlo will say to her.
Woo.
They better tell the mother now.
Say you get your mom now.
They better tell her to drink some water and water down that Scotch bonnet pepper because she is too salty for everything.
Let's
She
move
hot.
on
She coming in
to
hot.
this one. Lexi, I told you I would come back to this. Lexi earlier sent a super chat. It said, "Hi, Nikki, not to be messy, but what are your thoughts on Marlo calling Philly dirty?" Kenya cannot not have gotten away with saying the things that Marlo said. First of all, I was watching this. I said, excuse me, let me move my bang so I can hear that correctly. Marlo, Philly is what? It's a city, right? I don't think that any city, American city, is like you can lick, off the ground. It's a city, you know what I mean? If you go in the neighborhoods, the more affluent ones, it's a little cleaner, Mount Airy, Chestnut Hill. Like there are clean, very clean parts of Philly. But I heard that and I was just like, huh.
Well, I'm not feeling my city right now, so I'm gonna give it a pass. But Marlo, watch your mouth.
Yeah, watch your mouth, Marlo.
Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth, because this is the thing. You have a mouth, but Philly people don't play.
And
that
I'm
will
trying to
stick
bring
with
you to Philly and stuff to talk to some mothers. I don't want them to knock it out.
That will stick. So you're
Now,
going to
come
have
on.
to watch the
Come on,
things
Marlo.
you
Come on,
say.
Marlo.
It's a city.
Be
I'm not going to sit up
careful,
here and
be
lie
careful.
and be like Philly is spick and span.
Be
It's a
careful.
city. I think it's a lot cleaner than a lot of other cities.
Be careful.
It's not New York City, and I love me some New York City. So,
Be careful, because
talk to me nice.
Because I've been in parts
Talk
of
to me
Atlanta.
nice.
I've been in parts of Atlanta, so be nice.
Mom, we're new.
Yeah,
We're
we're
new.
new.
We're
We're
new
new.
ATL residents. We
Yeah.
got to walk lightly.
Walk like okay.
Thank you, Lexi. Let's end with. Oh, you know what? Saying it. This is just a comment. You couldn't have found a Jamaican man who plays the steel drums in Atlanta. What was with that white guy? I was like, what is he setting up? There's a huge Jamaican community in Atlanta. I don't know why you needed to find Mr. Tom to do that, but
He probably couldn't. She probably couldn't get nobody that wasn't smoking a jar of weed while playing it.
You are so jealous.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. No, listen. That's the culture.
Not every Jamaican smokes weed, Mom.
Playing the steel drum.
Yes, there are a lot of Jamaicans that don't smoke weed and play the
Well,
steel
name
drum.
them and send them to Sonya.
Our neighbor, when we lived on 61st and Pine, our neighbor across the street, that old man, he will always, every Saturday, he would come out, Saturday and Sunday, after church, he would come out and play the steel drums.
And he would get on the whole
He would.
block's nerve, buddy.
And he did not care. He would be out there with his drums.
Now I'm trying to watch television, and this thing is over
He
here
did
on
not
the
care.
porch.
That was his thing. And you know what?
The young boys, they was trying to sell their little drugs or whatever. He on the porch with that.
And now that I don't live there anymore, I miss it. Because that was like my Saturday alarm clock.
Oh, no, you don't miss it.
But I said all that to say, I never seen him smoke weed, and he plays the steel drums. There you go.
Well, okay.
There you go. We are not going to be
Well,
biased
I'm not
on my network.
stereotype. I'm not going to stereotype.
Amen. Let's learn.
I
Let's learn.
apologize. Listen, I told you, I don't have no problem with apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
I will apologize if I'm wrong.
And you're wrong.
After I spill the tea.
Girl, you ain't spilled no tea. Let me.
What else you got? Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, little mama.
Having said, I will say that I'm glad that production allowed Kenya to come to the scene because she really added to it. But I think that Kenya should have stayed home a couple more days. I think, I'm sorry, I love me some Ken this season. But the coughing up the mucus in your hand,
Yes!
and then,
And then
you're at the dinner and you're still making the chicken with them hands. No, you're going to have to step outside and cough up all that mucus. That was my only thing. I was like, Ken, you look great. You could have stayed home. You not over the food.
Well, Marlo
Not
said,
over the food.
But she had to prove that she couldn't make my event.
Speaking of Marlo, who again, guys, I love her. I think I was rooting for her to be on the show. I think she's a great addition. I will say, yes, Bria, you are right. That's Rasta culture. Rasta culture.
Smoke a jar of weed. He gets on my nerves with that car. I'm just saying.
Oh no, that's his thing. He loves driving his Impala, and he has several.
Yes.
Several. I wish he could look up here. I want to make it. I want him to make it do the bounce.
You can't talk to him.
He loves it.
It's clean.
Sorry, we're looking at our neighbor's car. Anyway, since we're talking about Marlo, I want to end here. Like I said, I love Marlo for this show. I've always wanted her to be on the show. I thought she was good. Marlo does something that I just can't stand behind. Marlo gets very dark, unprovoked. I know we talked about how they were talking about her in other seasons. My thing is, we're here now. We're here now. You have come on the show, acted like these ladies are your besties. You are not in a scene where they are just attacking you. Now, if she was cussing them out at her fashion event where they were dragging it, I would be like, well, okay, y'all should have left Marlo alone. But for Marlo to sit outside with Sheree, who co-signed those mean things and say stuff like Candy has effed everybody in Atlanta. She has a bad vagina. That's why she has to date beneath her, because she can't get anybody on her level because her vagina is horrible. And then for Sheree to be like, yep, exactly. Yep. And then saying that Kenya is a video hoe. She's had sex with everybody. Like, I was just like, where is this coming from? And then Marlo, you want to remain friends with these people, but you're just saying some really foul things. I just could not get behind that. I do think that she's a great addition to the show. I do think that she keeps stuff going. You need somebody like that. We got a messy person, we got a bone carrier, we got a second level messy person, and then we got Sandy, and we got the queen, who is Kenya. But yeah, and then we have Candy, who has the fame. So I do think that all of those factors are needed on the show, but I just thought, I'm sorry, I watched the episode and I was like, Marlo, this is so mean. Like, why would you say this? It was just so mean out of nowhere. I mean, Marlo, it wasn't like Candy said to her, oh, Marlo, you're a whore. And like, it just came out of nowhere. You're sitting down and that's where you go? Nobody said anything to you. So I'm just like, I couldn't, that just left a bad taste in my mouth. I couldn't get with that. I could not get with that.
Okay.
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay.
You can talk.
Okay. Now, this is Mama.Star. Okay. Now, I spill a little tea, but then I put a little honey on it because I don't want anybody to be hurt. Mama.Star is really, really a sweetheart in her heart, but I like to tell the truth, and I will not uphold anything that's not right. Okay?
Same.
So, the thing about it is, I don't co-sign what Marlo had to say, because now you are beating down someone's character, okay? Where the storyline didn't take you there. However, they have her as the messy one in the show.
True.
Okay? So Marlo is dealing with, when she got her peach, everybody had something to say about her, how she got her money. Even when they came to her event, they trashed her at her own event. They talked about how she couldn't this. She didn't even spell the name of her brand right. Where did Marlo get this money from to get this? Oh, Marlo been having sex with these old rich men and these white men, and they have had her name all across the show for years. This is Marlo's opportunity to come back and get them back. However, what she was saying, she knows what she's talking about. We don't know what she's all talking about. When she made the comment about Candy vagina. There's something else that she's saying that Candy and whoever in there from Atlanta know what she's talking about. When she made the comment, hold on.
Low.
I let you
As
talk.
another woman to say that about a
But
woman,
I let you
low.
talk.
Okay.
I let you talk.
I did.
Okay. And then when she said that she done slept with everybody in Atlanta, she knows what she's talking about when she said that, because if she's not telling the truth, she would have been checked for not telling the truth. Okay? But
Sheree co-signed that.
there you go.
That's what I was like, Sheree, what are you doing?
Sheree knows that it's the truth. And she was doing all this about Candy was supposed to be my friend. Well, you're supposed to be Candy friend too.
There you go.
So if you're Candy friend, you're going to co-sign because Marlo said it and Sheree knows what she's talking about. That's all I'm saying. Was it right? I don't think so. But Marlo using all of these opportunities to throw some dirt that stink too. She's using all these opportunities because production want her to get Candy mad. Production want for it to go somewhere, which
Production said Candy not gonna skate. Candy not gonna skate. We don't got Portia. We don't got Nene.
That's right.
Candy got to step
Portia
up.
had
We're not gonna let her skate.
And Phaedra had Candy crying. So they want Candy to be hit below the belt. And that's what she brought.
Wait a minute. Now, let's do conspiracy theory. Mm-hmm. Do you think that production is using Marlo to get Candy off the show? Because they want to bring back Phaedra.
I won't say. I think it's a little bit too early for me to even comment on that.
Okay.
What I will say is I know production is saying go for it. Mm-hmm. Because she's the queen. She's standing on, the highest mountain. They want to knock her down. They want to bring that her and Nene had. When they was going through and they was about to fight, and when Candy said, "Well, I'm fighting," and all that, they want to bring that back out. So they're looking for new avenues. So she's talking about Candy done slept around with everybody. Mm-hmm. Whatever that story is, you and I don't know, but they know what they talking about with Candy. And she talking about Candy vagina. Maybe that was something that some guys have put out her vagina steak or something. They know what they're talking about. Because Sheree, she went on and said, Sheree, whatever. She went on and said, "You're right." And then
she said, "Yep, exactly." I'm like,
and then
why would you co-sign that?
You're marrying, you're dating under your tax.
She said she's dating beneath her because her coochie bad.
And she's saying that's why she always date out of her tax bracket. Like she gotta buy
a man.
So so this is the word on the street that we don't know. So she's bringing it to us. But
that's not the truth, though. Gerald Levert.
That was going with Monique and Kim Whitley and all of that.
Last week I told them that you were so heartbroken by that. You were so disappointed. You were like, I can't believe that little girl is with Gerald Levert.
Oh honey. And then he was playing her. Because Monique stepped to her and said, "He's my man." I'm saying, excuse me? Excuse me? Then she was with the guy that owned the strip club, and he got killed. Like, it was just something. I just was like, what is Candy doing? This was way before she even came on the show.
Yeah.
So whatever they're talking about, the streets already been talking about it. They just bringing it to us.
Another thing that I don't like is that the ladies, they all do it. They all shade, promiscuity. They all shade marrying or sleeping with men for money, but they all do it. Yeah. And it's just like, how are you throwing another woman under the bus when you do the same thing? I'm pretty sure that the industry is also talking about, the industry dudes are also talking about how they pass Marlo around.
Of course.
So you can't throw that out of the candy that she sleeps with all these people, but then you want to be respected for being promiscuous and, going out with the next man that you wanted to give you a better life.
Whenever they say that about her, she said, yeah. No, whenever they say that about her, she said, yeah, well, he was yes,
but then you can't act like this bad when it's Candy. And allegedly.
Also, Marlo will call Candy and say, "Let's talk." later.
And that's another thing I wanted to get into.
Because she went over there
because
and told
Marlo
Candy,
is then going to be
she
like,
said, well, you don't never have me and the boys over.
Yeah, but this is why.
And you don't never come over and try to help me.
This is why.
With the
now,
boys.
Marlo is going to do this
Marlo
whole
fall
thing
into this
and
baby.
start that crying and say, y'all don't want to be my friends. My friend, like, girl. I know when Candy watched this episode, y'all done. Y'all done. And I'm telling you guys, I said it last week. I think that Marlo really messed up with Candy. I think that Candy is a good friend, has been a good friend of her in her own way. Somebody who was trying to allow you to get a legitimate check, a check that you don't have to lay on your back for, a check that you can actually work for and nobody can take that from you. Somebody who was really trying to put money in your pocket because that is how she shows love, and you take that opportunity.
Well, they'll take her down and put Phaedra back and put Nene back. Well, I don't know about Nene because Nene done already.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
about Nene.
There has to a lot has to happen to get Nene.
Phaedra, they want to bring her back because Phaedra got a lot of stuff going on. But it is.
They might put her in Dubai because she's going to be out on that show.
It is what it is.
Girl, you got to start watching Dubai. It's good.
Okay,
you will love it. You will love it. Yeah.
Well, they have to do what they have to do as production too, and Candy offer everybody getting a check because I'm gonna tell you something too. Yeah, this is going on, but then after the show, they make up or whatever, or they might be seen out at the same events or something. Listen, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But I don't agree with Marlo trying to hurt her.
Unprovoked, Mom.
Unprovoked, but you gotta be able to take it if you can dish it. And Candy dishes a lot of dirt on everybody. She didn't dish Marlo, but I'm just saying.
But that's the thing. Marlo gets her feelings hurt.
But Candy,
you don't know that she upset with you. And on camera, she says terrible things, and then do all that crying. I want you to love me. I'm a multi too, and y'all don't respect me, and y'all don't come to my stuff, and y'all say I'm just here for Oh no! I'm here for the parents. I'm a parent girl, and y'all treat me bad because I'm a Monty. Oh, girl, they treat you bad because you say terrible things to them for no reason. How is Candy? Because she does that all the time. Now, I am not for people going after people unprovoked.
You don't usually do that.
No, Mom, what she said was awful. It was unprovoked.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you went there.
And now Candy was sitting there, and it was going back and forth, and Candy was just like, "Well, you have sex for purses," and then Marlo responded with that, "Okay, fair game." But out of nowhere, you just start talking about this woman's vagina and her husband. Her husband took a hit too. No, I can't get into it. Before we go on, let's get a super chat from Phil. Phil said Marlo showed up for work. Kenya and Candy still been in a confessional slut shaming Marlo. I think we are not used to someone coming for Candy. I can agree with that, Phil. I will give you that.
Phil, me and you is on the same page. Whenever somebody comes for Candy, then everybody go for broke.
I will be honest.
Phaedra went for Candy, everybody crying, but Candy talks about everybody.
I will say, I can't take Candy when she starts that crying and her voice starts shaking. And all that gets me. So now, maybe listen. I will give you that. Hold on, let me give Phil a
Okay.
Let me give Phil his sound. Thank you, Phil.
But what I will say is this. Now, this is what I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I don't like. Candy has a daughter in college. Also, she has 2 other children. Now, you putting all this stuff out here. Her daughter watches this stuff. And to say all of that, I think that is below the belt as far as that is concerned.
Oh, Marlo?
Yeah, because of her daughter. Her daughter watches this or whatever. So that's where I would draw the line at, where I would say that Marlo is, she's going too far because of her daughter, because of Riley. Riley deals with so much. She has dealt with so much. She's dealing with her father in the public.
Yes.
She's dealing with her mother being, her sexual preferences in the public. She's dealing with a stepfather in the public. Like everything she's dealing with in the public. And if you been watching, she's also been challenged with her weight. And it's due to primarily her father. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that. And so that's where I don't, I don't give Marlo a pass with that because, children, excuse me, are watching. Maybe you need to put your mask on because I did a couple calls.
It's okay, Kenya.
Yeah, her daughter is watching, and that's why I get sensitive.
In saying that, Marlo's a Monty.
Yeah,
her nephews are watching.
Yeah, and
so we all have to be mindful. If we're going to play the kid card, then everybody has to be mindful of the things that they say about each other on the show, and we know that will never happen.
Well, they've been talking about Marlo, so now it's Marlo's time to hit back, and because she hits back lower than everybody else, now it's Marlo is wrong. But all of those things should be off limits. But also, Candy does a lot of stuff in front of Riley too. Don't make it right what Marlo did, but Candy does a lot of stuff too with her bedroom on display, and her daughter's watching as well. So I just have a soft spot for the kids and what they have to deal with.
I think a mother can be sexual, outwardly sexual, and still be able
That's
to.
too much. Your kid.
Maybe that's too much for you. Porn stars have children.
Listen, let me tell you one thing. And you don't think that a child, the mother breast is all the way out here, and you go to school and his friends say, wow, those are big balloons. That child is going to feel away.
She is not responsible for how those kids react to her body.
But kids say the darnest things, and it takes effect. I'm going to tell you a funny story. I wore my husband's Tim's years ago, and I was taking my daughter to school. And I just threw them on, because I was walking or whatever. And so we get a block away from the school, and my daughter says, okay, I can go from here. So I said, excuse me. I said, no, I'm taking you to school. She said, no, you got them boots on. Now, she never said anything about the boots. I didn't even know that she noticed that I had put the boots on to walk her, but she said no. And I said, the boots? She said, yeah, them boots is big. Like, I don't want you, I'll be all right here. You can watch me from here. Because she did not want her friends or nobody to see her mother with them boots on. Mm-hmm. And I was just thrown back. I was flabbergasted. I didn't know whether to laugh or what, but I was like, oh my goodness, because she noticed that. And kids may not verbalize what they feel or know how to put it into wording, but they watch that stuff, and that stuff matters. Mm-hmm. Candy all on there saying she got a dungeon, or she's saying that her and Todd is in the bed with 10 people and all of that. People, when they get mad, or kids don't like you and everything, when your mother is a blank and your mother is and that hurts. Yeah. So you got to be mindful of what you're putting on TV. Even though it's bringing you a bag, you got a child. And then Ace, with all that crying, somebody say something to him, he going to lay down. Y'all going to need a...
Well, that's a boy. You can't say that about his mama.
Yeah, but she going to lay down. Y'all going to need a stretcher to come pick him up, because if they say anything about his mother, and kids do that. Yeah. Especially those bullying kids. Yeah. And we got to be careful, because kids have committed suicide off of social media cyberbullying, and just being bullied. So you have to take that in consideration. So
let's bring it back to the light.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, those are the things that you have to take in consideration when you're going on television with all this.
True. Now, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Because you can't get mad and do the whole reality TV, especially in this day and age. Mm-hmm. It is 2022. You can't say that reality TV ruined my life. You at this point, you should know what it is. Yeah. Especially if you've been on it for like over a decade. Phil said, yes, Marlo is coming in for the kill. The reason why I highlighted this, Phil, is because I want to explain how Marlo could have done this so much better. She could have sat down with production and planned this out so much better. And I think it would have been received differently. And she probably would have had everybody on her side. If Marlo would have, like, the comments that she is making and all that stuff, if she would have planned them out strategically and not just in an outburst because she's upset, and say, they have said, remember when Candy said X, Y, and Z about me? Well, girl, word on the street is, and I heard from this, that this is who she is. So how is she better than me? And then have production do a flashback of Candy saying these things about you.
Now,
and then,
I do agree.
Kenya, I can't believe her being able to say that to me about Drew, who don't even know me like that, and putting that in her head when Kenya was the one who slept with so-and-so on this set. So how are these women better than me? And that is my issue with them, is that they act like I'm beneath them when I've done what they've done, and they're just mad because I've done it better. That would have been,
agree.
like, we would have been like, well, Marlo, okay.
Right.
But
Now, I
Marlo
agree.
just gets upset and does these childish outbursts and just says the meanest thing. And even though it like has substance, it doesn't connect because it's just coming out as an attack. If she could plan her attacks better, I think it would go over much better. But she doesn't. She just has these outbursts, and it's like, you too big to keep on having these outbursts and then wanting people to still befriend you when this is how you show that you're a friend to them. She got to do better.
Okay,
She got to do better. But I do agree with everybody who has a counter to that as well.
Okay.
All right, let's end with a few comments. Libra DC said Marlo was wrong and hating. Oh, it's on the censor. Oh my, the light turned off. Hey, Tamara. Tamara said Candy has kids. Leave it alone, Marlo. Her past is her past. Sheesh. I think that for all of these shows. It's like, at this point, ladies, this is what the Housewives is about. You social climbed with your coochie. It is okay. We know what it is. We are living in a society where women make less than men. We are living in a society where women are held back from opportunities for men. So if a woman gets with a man or is intimate with a man so that she can have a better situation in her life, I think we are old enough at the point where we know what it is and nobody's shaming you for that. If somebody is shaming, they're a hater. We know what it is. We know what it is. We know the handicaps that women have in society.
It's probably that she's mad that she did it better than her, or she landed on her feet better than her. In a better situation, because her bag is bigger.
True.
She do have a husband.
True.
And children.
True.
And Marlo is in a situation where she has her nephews, and someday she don't want to be bothered because she's not a mother. Mm-hmm. But I will say that I do appreciate that she stepped in and that she's determined to be a Monty to her nephews, and she's doing a darn good job.
Who it seems like, I don't know what her sister's mental issues is, but it seems like it's not getting better, because we're going to dive deep into that the next episode.
She's
dealing with a lot.
Yeah,
but
she was hoping that the sister would get better so the kids could go back with the sister. But it don't seem like they will ever go back, and that Marlo will be that, because her lifestyle had to change now that the boys are with her.
Yeah.
Her lifestyle had to change. Whatever she was doing before, she can't really do it outright. Mm-hmm. And from the looks of it, it looks like she's being a real good aunt to them. And I appreciate her for that, so I can give her that. But we got to be careful what we're saying in front of the kids and putting out in the public while the kids are listening.
Well, the thing about Lexi said, why would they want to bring back Phaedra? They've been like, Bravo really likes Phaedra. We got it, guys. Phaedra is one of Andy's favorite housewives. Nene was up there with Phaedra. The drama happened and she's not there anymore, but they love her. They've been trying to make her happen on that network since she got booted, because the fans booted her. Bravo had her, what y'all don't know is that she was ready to film that season that she ended up not being on, but the fans were like, absolutely not. And Candy was like, I'm not coming back. And Bravo did not want to deal with that drama of Candy saying, I did not come back because they had a woman who lied and said that I was going to rape another cast member on the show. It would have been bad press.
No, not only rape, but drug her.
Drug and rape a woman on the show. Me and my husband, right? So they just didn't want to have that bad press. But Phaedra was ready and set to film, like when everything changed, right? So they've been trying to make her happen. That's why she's on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. That's why you're going to see her on the Real Housewives of Dubai. They love her. They love her. And if we want to be real about it, Bravo sided with Phaedra. They did not side with Candy, but they had to make something. They had to take the higher road with this because it would have backfired on them.
Yes,
which is why I'm like, are they using Marlo to get either Candy off the show or to make Kandi so uncomfortable this season.
That she'll leave. Because
I'm
sure they're going to bring back Portia at some point.
Oh, yes. Oh, Andy even said when Portia gave her goodbye on Instagram, Andy said, oh, this is not a goodbye. This is just a break.
Yeah.
He loves her. Portia's right up there, too.
And Portia is going to bring, and her man want to be back, too. Her man loves the camera.
Oh,
so
Lord,
to mix all that up in the mix, that's going to be some good tea. And to bring back Phaedra and Portia, come on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be some good. That's a good pot to stir.
Yeah. Let me get Miss GG88. Miss GG88 said, yes, Mama Star, kids are brutal, from as young as kindergarten, probably younger. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. SW Stars Entertainment said, Housewives is supposed to be the modern and reality version of Desperate Housewives. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rocky said, Phaedra doesn't need to be on Atlanta. Now Dubai. And I think that's what's going to happen because Phaedra's been teasing on her Instagram and saying, because she also did an interview about the Real Housewives. Yeah, she did an interview about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Responding, I think it was something that Kandi said, and she was just like, I don't need to be in Atlanta. I'm doing bigger things in Dubai. So I think that may happen. I think they may pay her to live in Dubai for the 6 months that they film, and I can absolutely see Phaedra doing something like that. She's one of the favorites. They've been trying to make her happen for years. That's why even when she wasn't on the show, she was on Watch What Happens Live. Yeah, like they keep her with the check. They love her.
Believe it or not, us fans is what gives it ratings.
Yep,
and keep the show on. So they have to go by, the network has to go by what the fans want. And because
you have the power, you dictate what you see on that show.
Right.
On that
and
network.
Because what Phaedra said or lied or what production had Phaedra do was criminal, they had to take her out. If it was just something that she said that hurted her feelings or whatever, but she said drugged and raped. And that's a criminal offense. So they had to get rid of her.
Thank you, Tracy. Tracy says, shout out to the NikkiStar Replay Gang. Thanks for watching. Please remember this video. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And share the channel to your social media.
Yes.
Please, family. The likes really help my channel grow. And it helps, and it lets YouTube know that this is something that they should be sending people to. So thank you so much for the likes. I wanted to comment something. Highlight this. Yasmin said, I don't think Andy likes any of the housewives as much as he likes Kandi. The fact that they even let her do Speak on It, it's a key that Kandi is a fave. I think Kandi doing Speak on It has everything to do with business. I think not only like with the reviews, like the reviewers. It's pretty much the same thing, and I don't think that
and she got a lot of viewers.
Got a lot of views. That helps with
the housewives.
That helps the housewives. That helps with the show. It brings people there, and I think in order for Kandi to do it, I think that Bravo probably gets some kind of cut. I could be wrong, but I have to disagree with you. With Andy doesn't like any housewife as much as he likes Kandi. I'm telling you, Phaedra is team Andy. That's the number one thing. He loves himself some Phaedra. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's like a secret godfather to her sons, especially Mr. President. He loves her. He loves her. The network loves her. So like even if he did not like her, Andy doesn't make the final decision. It's a whole board that has to make that. And what these ladies are, unfortunately, to like any cast, any person on a show, reality or whatever, is just a number. And they watch how the shows go up. Like, so they have this thing, I don't know, I forget the name of it, but it's somebody who watches and rates in meters when each person on the show, right?
Yeah.
So what they're looking at is when, let's say Kenya comes to a scene. They're looking at how people are responding. They're looking at social medias. They're looking at, ratings. They're looking at views to see how people are responding to certain characters.
That's why Kenya is back on the show.
Period.
Because people love
She trends.
Kenya.
That's what I was trying to tell you guys about Candace. Candace ain't going nowhere. If Candace is not on the Real Housewives of Potomac, it's because of Candace. Because Candace said, I'm not coming back. And I think that's going to happen. I think the more legitimate acting opportunities that she gets, I think she's, if the music and the acting takes off, I think she's not coming back. But I will say, I think her acting is going to take off before her music. Anyway.
Let me say something about that really quickly. And that Monique, who y'all think was Candace did this, Monique is just messy. Even on this new show, she just messy.
We're going to review that one too. We've been watching and catching up. We've been catching up on that as well. But like whenever there's this, rumors that Candace isn't coming back, never believe it. Never believe it. They are never going to kick off the one character on their show that trends every freaking episode because they're watching it. Mm-hmm. They're watching it. Even if they don't like her, she's money. Yeah. They're never letting her go. They will build that show around her before they let her go. So the people who don't like her, you're helping her. Same thing with Meghan McCain. Same thing with Meghan McCain. Carlos Reigns even said it. No, not Carlos Reigns. What is his name? Carlos King. Carlos King. I'm thinking of Ryan Reigns. Hey, baby. But he said the same thing. He was just like, people didn't like Meghan McCain on The View, and they didn't want her to be there. Meghan McCain left because she no longer liked it. They renewed her contract every year and gave her everything that she wanted because people love to hate watch Meghan McCain. Mm-hmm. All the clips of Meghan McCain on The View would go viral because people hate watch the show. So for all the people who hate Candace, all you're doing is helping her stay on that show. All you're doing is giving her the power that you don't want her to have. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, Meghan came off the show also because she was having a baby and she
been had the baby and was still on the show.
Oh, she did?
She didn't like the View and she didn't like New York.
Okay.
She would have still been on the show if she renewed her contract. That was her decision. Anyway, guys, we've been here a very long time. We have to finish our lunch because it's almost dinner time. But thank you all so much for joining NikkiStar. I know you want her back. I'll do my best to get her back, but she is. She was joking, but she's really, really busy, and I try my darndest to get her on here, and hopefully I can get her for Love and Marriage DC. But
yes, I would love to come on for that. And
you should start watching Beverly Hills. It's good. And Will Smith's ex-wife, Cherie, is going to be on there at some point.
Well, I'll start watching it then.
It's good.
Because I know Cherie.
Oh yeah, we do. Mm-hmm. Hey, sis.
But also, let me just plug me a little bit.
Oh, plug you.
So I still want you to get my book because it's really a good read, and it's called I Decided to Laugh, and I want you to laugh with me because I don't have to cry no more. I decided to laugh. So It's a really good read. It's a page turner, and you will learn so much from it. It's my testimony. It's what did I say? It's juicy. It's tea. It's all about me. So get my book. You can come to what is it? Miss Melanie Books.
Miss Melanie's Books. Yeah.
At gmail.com. You can come to
I want to tag her if you can, because I don't want you to say something and the letter is wrong. Everything will be in the description box and in the pinned comment. So
and order directly from me because, like I said,
signed copies.
Signed copies. I will be sending you a signed copy personally from me, directly to you. But also, people have been telling me that they've been waiting a long time with Amazon.
From Amazon, yeah.
And I don't want you to wait a long time. You know what I mean? I want you to get the book, and then we can talk about it. Okay? Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for deciding to laugh with me.
Thank you all. And you know what? Hold on, because I want to make sure. Moderators, did I miss any super chats? I feel like I got them all.
For MomMA.Star, and MomMA.Star live for you.
Let me move my bundles. I don't think I missed any. I think I got them. Let me know if I missed any.
If we did, just push it.
Yeah, if I missed anything, I'll add it. That's why you have to follow me on Instagram. It's up here, right above my head. Follow me on Instagram because every super chat that I miss, I shout you out there. You can also follow my stories here. I'm starting to do stories now on YouTube. So, I'll be active there a bit more and some YouTube shorts. So thank you all for joining us. We had a great time.
Yes.
If I can get her back, She will be back.
I will be. I had fun.
Yeah, we really, really did. Thank you all for embracing our mama. You know, she's a pistol and she's a character, but she is very lovely. And I'm glad that you guys love her as much as I do. So, love y'all.
I spill the tea,
You spill the tea.
I do add sugar and honey.
Yeah, you lace it with honey.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. We can work on that. Jazzy Ghost said MomMa.Star should do a reading of a chapter.
Sure.
We can do that.
Yes, let's go for it.
We can do a live reading. Why not? We'll set it up. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Shonda. Shonda said, Miss Super Chat from Phil. Phil says, how is Marlo loose? We only know of 3 men with Marlo at NikkiStar. I don't think either one of us said that she was loose. I think we were talking about how the women were saying that about her. And how when Marlo was a friend of, they would say things about her like that she was having sex with all of these men,
married men, and
and just famous men and social climbing and all of that.
Because they were saying that's where her money came from.
That's where her money came from. I don't down promiscuity. Like, do what you want. It's your life. It's your life. As long as nobody's being hurt, what is the problem?
It seems like she cashed in on it.
What? They all did. I think Candy is the only one who really Candy and Sonya, right? Drew as well. Like we don't know what people
Candy
did
too, but
Candy was in a group since she was 15 years old and was taking care of a lot of people from the age of 15. You don't know anything. So what is that? Marlo, sit down. Marlo, sit down. But thank you so much, Phil. Thank you all. We love you, and we'll see you soon for something else. Bye.